Hey y'all, it's Prettias.Taliah and I'm back with another video. Yeah, y'all heard I'm back with another video. But let me sing a little song that once Taylor Girl said.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's good? Can I just get a little love? Oh, what's up? Oh, what's good? Can I just get a little love?
Baby, can I just get a little love? But yeah, that's what Taylor Girl said. The Taylor Girls, not Taylor Girl, but the Taylor Girls, y'all. I really miss them. Like, the Taylor Girls, Armand and Trey, Queen, Naja, like, all the Taylor Jazz. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. But yeah, so, like they said, like I said, before we start this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell button so that you know when I post. Okay, baby? Okay. So, as y'all seen in my last video, probably like a few months ago back, my last video, I was talking about the story time on how me and Toxic whole breakdown. I still have to make part 2 because I left y'all on a kind of little cliffhanger, I don't know, situation going on. But yeah. So today's is going to be a story time. I normally just do story times, but I'm going to start upgrading because I know my next video, babe, it's going to be something different that y'all never seen before on this channel. But yeah, and before I continue, make sure, let's peep the hair, y'all. I just redid my hair and it looks cuter. Like, I should have done this before. The link is right here. But yeah, and look at the makeup. It's giving catfish. But yeah, so like I said, period. Too low. Not the sun going down while I'm making this video. And that was just messed up my eyes. You're done. Okay. So, today's story time is just gonna be on how, like, you know, we gonna say, like, how I was in a relationship and it, like, kind of didn't end how it was supposed to end. Like, there was so much going on. I don't know how I'm gonna title this video. But yeah. So first, let's give us a backstory on this dude. So, when I was in 8th grade at the time, I seen this dude around my school. And it was kind of like, okay, like, it was just like, yeah. Me, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be straight up on my channel. Yes, we will laugh at him because it was like, he was doing too much with his hair. Everybody thought he was gay. I even thought he was gay. Like, I'm like, okay, what is it giving? Like, it's giving gay, you know. But then people started to say, oh, he's bi, he's did this, he did that. And I'm like, oh. So yeah. So, and how I say, like, he dressed nice. He dressed like how nowadays I want these dudes that I mess with dress. He dressed good. I'm like, that's one good thing about him was that he smelled good. He kept himself clean. But that hair, it was just big, and he didn't really know what to do with it. So that's a little background story. Oh yeah, and then we never met until we got to 9th grade. Well, the summer, 9th grade. So back in the summer, I forgot how me and him got introduced, but just know we was gonna lead up to dating. But it was just like, no man, like I was doing me. We wasn't gonna really see each other because I didn't know where he would live at the time. Okay, so to clear it up is what went down was that in the summer we started talking, but then that's when I think I cut him off. And yeah, so to clear that up, if y'all thinking like, oh, okay, y'all was talking, y'all dated in the summer, this and that. No, basically what happened was we didn't date yet until we got back to school. Like, we fell off in the summer. We was going to date in the summer, but we fell off. And then we talked back again. So, to clear it up. And stuff like that. So, yeah. So, now let's switch to now and how everything was going at the time. So, one day, I think like this story time is like what happened. It's happened like a few months ago, so I really don't know what happened. On how we started back talking again. Just know we started back talking again. I was feeling him. He was feeling me. Then oh, and then I found out that's what happened. Okay. I know what happened. Okay. So when we first had school or whatever, I looked to see who was in my class or not. He was in my like fifth block class, one of my fifth block classes, and that class was theater. So like I see him in there, we started talking because obviously we was friends, but we never got to a point of us dating until then in ninth grade. So as we over here, we just talking and, getting to know each other again. We started, connecting. We was like SpongeBob and Patrick. Come on now. We was like together, like we was doing the thing. So I remember it was homecoming week. Like we was gonna talk in ninth grade again, but that's when like I was stuck between him and this other dude, and then I'm not gonna lie, and then this other dude. So it's him, and him.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
So like I definitely had my options. Plus I was single. I had my options, and I'm like, okay, do I want him? Do I want you? Or do I want him? And then it came to the point where I know who the people I was picking. So that's when I dropped both of them two other dudes, and I went with the dude. We gonna call him. We just gonna call him Fendi, okay? Fendi. So, me and Fendi, we started talking. So it comes up to homecoming, and it's homecoming, baby. It's homecoming week, and like we got spirit week. We doing a thing. Plus, I'm in student council, so like we plan out also what type of events we want, what type of stuff we want, like what do we want at these events that we're gonna have. So that event was homecoming, which we didn't have no part into it. We only had the parade part. So as the council, we was thinking of ideas to do. It was like the 90s theme. So we was thinking of Marilyn Monroe, but a lot of stuff having people that to be like camera people and stuff like that. So y'all get the vibe on what the ninth grade council was doing. So me also, I was a cheerleader. So the cheerleading squad, they had a float, which them was the best. I liked their float. Even though I wasn't on that float, I was also in homecoming court because I got nominated for homecoming court. So I was eating the girls up. So yeah. So it's a lot going on during that week because you got people want to be nominated. You got people, we making ideas. We do pictures on the wall type of thing. We do all that stuff. So like, it's very much giving. There's a lot going on. So during that time, everybody talking about, oh, I want a homecoming person to go. I want to do this. I want to do that. So then that's when one day I'm in class and me and Fendi just talking. We talking about how he don't have nobody to go with. I'm like, cool. At the time I was flirting with him, but I'm just like, do I really want to, take another step and be with you? So I'm just like, you know what? Let me just, calm down because me and Tali, which is his name, Tali, we wasn't on the good level. So I went with him. So as me and him going, like, we going good, like. Also let me know and put in here that this dude, he wore makeup. Like, not the type of makeup that I'm wearing. It was just foundation. So I'm not gonna put why he used that, but it was just like he used it. And I was like, I'm a type of girl to have a little boy that's, a little hoodlum, a little I got your back, babe, type of thing. So it was kind of me have to adapt to him wearing makeup. So yeah, it kind of was like, I wouldn't say it disgusted me. it was more of the fact I was just like, what is going on? Sometimes I was like, that did also wanted me to break up with him, but I was like, you know what? I have to stick him because I know I do like him, but I just have to adapt to that. So that's what I did. I adapt to it. So, meanwhile, people saying he was gay, but then we found out that he was bi. So that's me. I'm bi too, but it's a certain type of girls that I do like. Like, I like me a little stud. I like me a little, yeah. A tomboyish person. Like my ex, but we ain't gonna talk about them because that's another story time too. There's so many story times that I can really tell y'all. That's just crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah. So y'all get what I'm saying. There's stuff that I had to adapt to. There's stuff that. So homecoming day, he was supposed to come to my house. He was supposed to meet my mom, meet my dad. We was gonna be the thing, and at the time we was dating too. So, he never showed up to my house. It was like, let's say the homecoming thing started at 7. I told him to be here at 6:30 or 6:40, 6:50. He didn't show up at 6:50. He was still at the house, and I'm just like, okay, you know what? And my mom was like, if he gonna take this long, then I'ma just might as well take you. I said, okay, bet. So here's the dress that I was wearing, looking like a snack, with my brace, y'all. If y'all look, there's my brace in there. So, we get in there, we having a good time. I'm definitely having a good time. He didn't come in too late, baby. He was late. They did the little homecoming thing where they took pictures of us. They announced us again. And yeah. So I think after that, that's when he showed up. So, me and him is actually good. Like, we is doing good. We doing the big 3. We was good. He holding my shoes. He was a good gentleman. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. That was the type of dude that I liked it. But then also he wore makeup. So it's just like I'm getting everything I wanted, but it's like you wearing makeup and I still have to adapt to that. Y'all. Me editing this, I sound homophobic. I'm sorry if I sound homophobic, girl. I'm trying to myself. I was just basically stating that, like, I like my dudes to be a gentleman, and it was weird for it to have a dude that wears makeup. If y'all know what I'm saying, I'm used to having my dudes not like be masculine, do boys things, do stuff like that. I'm used to that, so that's to clear that one up. And then you kind of doing girly things, So yeah, like I'm not gonna. This dude, he smelled good. He did the big 3. Like he was doing it. Like he hold my. We took pictures together. He hold my purse. He holded my heels. Cause girl, at that time, girl, girl, we cannot be dancing in heels. It's like freaking hurt, girl. It was hurting. So I took off my shoes. He was holding. He was rubbing my feet when I had a scab. He literally went and got a Band-Aid for me, and I'm just like, damn, that's. I like that. I like that. So that's made me even attracted to him more. So after all this and that, right? The party's over. After all that, the night goes in. I take him home, right? So, we still, we good. Like, we that. So, during that time, people started telling me and was like, oh yeah, why you being with him? He act a little girly. Why you do this? He do girly things. In the back of my head, I'm just pushing that aside. I'm just like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's who I want and that's who I got, I show him to everybody. We be in the hallways, grew up and everything. It was really good. Like, we was that bitch. We was that, oh my bad, dog. We was that thing, So yeah, we was like living in peaches and cream. Like, had videos where I be threatening him. He be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, oh, I got this on video. Like, we was that thing. Like, I'm sorry. So I remember when it kind of like started shutting down, because I would get mad at him. Like me, I got a lot of stuff going on. So when I feel like I don't trust him, I don't trust him. And I remember me and him got in I know why. So this day, me and him got in an argument was because I'm not gonna say her name, and I don't care of what she do if she see this video, because honestly, I just don't care. You can do what you want to do. I'm not taking this video down until you two take this video down. But we just gonna call her. We're gonna call her Winnie the Pooh. So Winnie the Pooh was Fendi's best friend, his girl best friend. So I remember I was mad at him for something. And like I was going upstairs with him, like, you know, I wanted to be around him. Like when I'm mad, I don't care if we both mad at each other. I still want to be around. I want your presence because I know that you care for me. So yeah. So he was walking me to my class upstairs because we had homeroom, and like Winnie the Pooh, like we was at the top of the stairs and Winnie the Pooh at the bottom, and she called his name, and he like just turned around, and he like turned around real fast. And I turned around, I'm like, why is you going down there? Like, you need to be walking into class, and plus his class is right there. He was like, all right, da-da-da-da, like, you know, but he was still down there. I said, you know what, I don't care. So I was mad. And I told him, I said, I do not like this girl. I do not like her. So the reason why I didn't like her was because every time in a relationship, she always somewhere doing something. Just like my other relationship that I just left, well, basically they broke up with me, didn't tell me. So, yeah, it was just that. Like, she was every relationship that I really had in 9th grade, she was around that relationship. So, yeah. So, I remember he texted me in class, and he was like, why you don't like her? I was like, because I don't like her. Like, I don't have to explain myself. Then he was like, oh, well, you didn't give me no reason, like, da-da-da-da, this and that. So I'm like, okay, like, I don't have to give you no reason, because I'm not going to explain myself on why I do not like the girl. I told you a million times I do not like her, so why would you do that? So he was saying all this da-da-da. Then he said something. I was like, not you, like, you know, that gave me like a little vibe of like, why is you being a girl? Like, he started to slowly acting like a little girl. Like, it was slowly, like, you know, in the beginning of the relationship, he was slowly starting to act like a girl. And, you know, I would pick up on that, but I just be like, you know, it's whatever, you know, I'm gonna pass it away. Pull it to the side, like I said. No joke. I was like low-key the man in the relationship. I'm sorry. I slowly became the man in the relationship. Yeah. So, during this, we had to go to 4th, 5th block. It was like 5th block or something like that. So, I go to 5th block, and I go into class, and usually what I do, I go to the bathroom, like, for every 5th block, like, because I be going to the bathroom, because I be holding my pee, and I'm like, let me go to the bathroom. So I asked my teacher, I go to the bathroom. I come back, and, like, he's not sitting at the seat that we usually sit at. Like, it's weird. It's just like, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I, like, you know, if you mess with somebody and y'all in the same class, y'all have that assigned seat where you sit right here, I sit right here, like, we sit together. But he was kind of, like, sitting right in front of me, because there was a seat right here, and then seats right there and seats right here. So usually we would sit right up here. But no, he was sitting right here and I'm sitting up there. So it's like this. So I'm like, why is you not sitting right here? And he was like, oh, well, I don't want to talk to you, this and that. I'm like, oh, well, why you don't want to talk to me? So my friend, we gonna name her Butterfly. So Butterfly, she was like, girl, I gotta tell you some stuff. And, you know, don't say nothing. Meanwhile, I'm kind of ticked off on the fact that he's not talking to me. So he was like, she was like, well, he told me that he didn't really want to be with you in the beginning. Like, it was just like, I don't know. I guess I'm going to just date her because she want to date me, this and that. So that hurted me. I'm like, you didn't tell me. And plus, my friend, she don't really know her name. My friend that lived right up the street from me, she was like, before we even started dating, he was like, he don't do titles. He don't like that boyfriend and girlfriend type of thing. And that he didn't want to do it. So I'm like, I don't want to sit here and waste my time. Like, if you don't want that, then okay. So my friend was like, no, like, y'all finna do this, like, you know, at least try. And Fendi was like, okay, bad. So, like, there wasn't no, hey, Talia, would you want to be my girlfriend? There was nothing like that. It was more of us arguing to be in a relationship. And I should have known that from jump. Like, that was a whole red flag. If I have to argue with you to be with me, then you're done. Like, y'all should not, and little pause, y'all should do, if y'all ever have a dude that you like and y'all arguing to be in a relationship, baby, I'm sorry, just move on. That's what I messed up on. So after all that, right? So, continue back. So he's like, I don't want to talk to you, this and that. Oh, and then the girl, Butterfly, she was telling me on how, like, he didn't really want to be with me, this and that. So she was just telling me the tea. And as I'm, like, listening and evaporating, I just want to explode. I just want to, like, knock his tail, because it was just like, you gonna sit in my face and play me? That's how we not gonna do, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm thinking. But I just don't like it. So I think he went to the restroom first. So that's my chance to go talk to him. So I said, can I go to the bathroom? And my teacher was like, yeah. So I go out there, process it. I'm like, okay, what should I say? So I'm walking past him. All I hear is, okay, thank you for checking on me, babe. Babe, like, who is that? And so, you know, I didn't want to say nothing, so I just, like, you know, I'm walking. Like, come on, babe. Like, who is that? No, it wasn't babe, it was baby. So I go, and my friend, we're gonna name her, we're just gonna name her Phone. So my friend Phone, she was like, he said that he wanna break up with you. And when he said that, I'm already ticked off. I'm already. So I turn around as I'm heading back to class. This dude is happy, jolly, brought it up to me. I said, you said that you want to break up with me. He was like, yes. I said, all right, bet. Give me my bracelet. No, I told him when he got in class, I was like, bet. And plus we had our free time. So I'm like, I told my friend, I'm finna knock his stuff. So we in class and he get in there. I walked up to him. I said, give me my bracelet. Since you want to, you know, do all this. Because I literally bought him that bracelet. I literally bought him more stuff. Like, I literally had, at the time, it was Halloween. It was around Halloween. And during that time, I bought him a boo basket. If y'all know what that is, this is what it looks like. So, a boo basket. And it was for Halloween. I gave him, like, I literally hand wrote a letter to him. I literally gave him snacks. I poured out my heart on that piece of paper and that treats and that stuff that I gave him out. So, like, that's how much I was in love. So I told him, give me that bracelet. Like, you don't deserve it. Like, I'm sorry. You literally sat in my face and played me. You don't deserve it. So he gave it back, and I'm just like, I'm just like looking at him, because I'm like, you really dead serious? I said, you really dead serious want to break up with me? He was like, yeah. I said, did you really want to be in a relationship with me? And like, he was like, I guess he didn't want to give me a little example, right? So I'm okay, and I'm like, so meanwhile, I'm over here being petty. So I'm telling my friends on how, like, I'm really, like, I wasn't really being petty, but it just came out. Sometimes people take me as a petty person. So I'm over here talking about how the dudes that I was messing with, I said, I was like, this dude called my phone, and I'm like, no, I got a whole boyfriend. Then this other dude called my phone, no, I got a boyfriend. Like, I literally stopped talking to them just to be with him. And then he got mad because he was like, oh, well, you must don't care because you're over here talking about the boys. And I'm like, really? Like, you really act like doing this? So meanwhile, he's giving me like this little girl vibe. I'm like, okay, you know what? It's good. So I tell my girl that lives up the street from me, I'm telling her what's going on. She was like, what in the world? I'm like, right. So then, somehow me and him got an altercation, and it got to a point where he basically he was over here acting like a girl. I said, oh, so you're a girl now. So let me tell y'all about that conversation. So like, so I texted him, I'm like, we really breaking up? He was like, yeah, like we're breaking up. I said, oh, like for real, for real? He said, yeah, good night. So I'm like, good night? What you mean good night? Like, what? I'm like, cause he was like, yeah, right? So a couple hours later, he texted me good night. And I'm like, what you mean good night? Like, was you playing the whole time? Like, are you my man? Like, are we back together? I'm like, what you mean good night? He was like, good night. Like, now I know that he wanted to smoke. So then, that's when I'm like, boy, get off my phone. Like, why is you playing on my phone? He was like, this and that. Like, I could do what I want. You ain't gonna do nothing. So now he's acting like a girl. Then I said, okay, so now you want to be the girl's, huh? You want to be a girl. So me and him is going back and forth, and y'all know how us females, if we get on a drop, well, it depends on what type of, because every female don't do this. Some people, I know some girls, some females, we tend to, when we get in drama, we like to be petty and post on our story, be like, let's put a song like, y'all know that song, Fake, you know that song by Cardi B, she was like, with Gorilla, Fake, that's one of my first, yeah, that song, right? So we would like throw shade. So he sent me a song by Cardi B, press, and he said, press, Fendi don't need no press, which was his name, So he's like, oh, so he posting it. And I'm like, oh, you serious? Like, I'm like, you ever here being a girl, like, if you was a dude, why would you be arguing with me about something that's so little? So I'm like, okay. So I went on my story, and I'm like, on my Instagram story, I was like, so since you want to post about me, you didn't have the balls to tag me. And so he was like, oh, then he tagged me, like, there you go. Now I'm getting heated because I'm like, you know what? First of all, so after that, I was thinking to myself, say, you know what? I should not be arguing because that's going to give him the validation to think he got power over me. So I deleted my stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm going to just leave him alone. I'm going to let him be. So he's blowing up my phone. He's over here blowing up my phone. So me and him going back for now. At this point, I want to fight. I told him, I said, I want to fight. Like, come on now. He was like, oh, you're not going to do shit. Watch when I see you, I'm going to do something. I said, he was like, he said something goofy. Like, okay, then I will say it to you, goofy. So now I'm like, oh, really? Now you want to smoke? So I'm telling my friends, right? So the next day, we had gym. And my gym class, you got 3 different teachers in the gym. You got my teacher, my homegirl, at the time, my homegirl teacher, and then my other homegirl teacher. So there was 1 male and two women, right? So I'm looking, and I'm giving him the stank face because I'm ready. I want him to do something. I want him to, like he just said in those messages, that he was gonna say it to my face. So, we in there, and one of my homegirls at the time, she was like, she went up to him and was like, so you said that you gonna do something, then do something. Then I'm like, yeah. So I'm coming back. I'm like, you know what? It's no good. Like, walk away. Like, I ain't got time for him, you know? So then he was talking and stuff to this girl. We gonna call her Blush Market. So the girl Blush Market, and he talking stuff about me. I'm like, okay, so you really want to talk stuff about me? So I asked Blush Market when we was in the locker room. I was like, what was y'all talking? He was like, she was like, nothing. We wasn't talking about nothing, this and that. I'm like, girl, stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me before you get it too. So, he called my homegirl at the time a bulldog because she went up on him and he was like, oh, she looked like a bulldog, this and that. I'm like, you need to stop, because like at the time, I'm like, girl, you stop talking, like, stop. So then I'm like, okay. So after that class, I went up to him. I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, me and him was looking. We was literally waiting in this we was like the little doorway. I'm like, okay, you said you was gonna do something. He's too busy over here behind the girl up the street. Like, he was too busy behind her and over there, like, you're a whole man. Like, you're just like, come on now. And then that's when, like, he started to be a little girly girl. We went like back and forth for like a whole week. Then more situations happen, which happened recently. And I'm just like, you literally being out here, you being a little girl, like it's just too much. So it's just like he went from dude to female, and I'm just like I thought you was gonna be my man. I thought you was gonna be my ride or die, but you sitting here being my homegirl. Like you went from my man to my homegirl. Like come on. And yeah, I'm just like, why would you do that? Like that was a whole difficult situation because it was just like I spent money on you and I couldn't have, and it was just crazy. I mean, like I can say that's the type of time where I kind of felt like my relationship was going to end. I can say like something like story time on how this dude, my boyfriend, became this little sissy. I can say that, yeah. But yeah, and I like this video is really nothing to bash him, but it kind of really is if you really think about it. Like, you know what? Let's not try to be like really, oh my god, like he's a nice person. Me and him still got beef. Like I'm still waiting to the moment where me and him fight, because it was just like he became this person where, oh yeah, well, I'm not gonna tell that part of what happened. Just know like he told somebody something that wasn't true, and I'm like, why is this like the girl? Y'all remember Phone? He told Phone a lie saying that I had, and I'm just like, why would you sit there and lie to the girl? And no shade or nothing. It's just like, she couldn't, she couldn't, well, being her like a friend and all, she shouldn't, because she came up to me when he left that school, because he was doing that stuff as soon as he was leaving the school, because he went to a different district. So she come up to me saying, is this true? I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, no, that is not true, this and that. And so I'm just like, now I really want to fight, because why are you telling her that that's not true, something that's not true? And so yeah, but yeah, y'all, that's the story time on how like me and this dude relationship became to an end. He became a sissy. He still is one. No shade or nothing. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell me if y'all really like this video. Tell me in the comments if y'all really like me telling story times like this, because I feel like I have a lot more, but I would rather wait until I'm older to tell them stories, because I want to get a job. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I do got a lot more story times. Like I said, I got story times still on Toxic. I got story times on X, the new X. I got story time, like, it's just like on how I got played, and oh my gosh, that was too crazy. But yeah, and I got like story time on how, I got a story time, a good one, on how this dude didn't know I was trans. Like, that's not like a little flex or nothing, but it was like, it's something serious for my fellow trans girls who watch me and all. So, something serious. Yeah.